thing.
Okay. Okay. So
Because 0 plus 1 equals 1, I understand that one. The 1, 1, 1 is 3, so it's n plus sum plus 1 is 3, if I'm understanding this correctly.
we're saying sum equals sum plus n plus 1. So initially, this one here is to get 1, right? Sum is 0 plus the value of n, 0, plus 1, 1. And then this one, we get the current value of sum, which is 1, plus the value of n, which is 1, plus 1. Why? Because that's what the code says, right? If we go back to the code, well, I gotta use my mouse pointer. N plus 1, right? So we add 1, and that's 3. So then the current sum is 3. And then when we go to the next one, it's what's the current value of sum? 3. Plus the current value of n? 2. Plus 1. Why? Because that's our algorithm, right? We add 1 to it. Oops, 6, sorry. So the current value is 6. And then what's the current value of sum? 6. Plus the current value of n? 3. Plus 1, because that's what our code states, add 1 to it, 10.
So it's from the current value, so it's from the value that you got, plus n, plus 1.
Yep. You still don't understand, or?
No, I think I got it. I was just checking, that's all, because I see a pattern here.
Okay. Yeah, over here, like on the table, I was just saying, like, this is the current value of sum, so we add 1 plus 1, 3, right? But maybe 1 plus 1, 3 is like, kind of like, hey, wait a minute, 1 plus 1 is not 3, right? So hopefully over here, this piece explains it, right? Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so let's go on to the next example. I was just looking at it and I'm trying to see how to approach it, to take it in steps, and I'll give you like a big piece of code. Okay, so this one's just an example for validating some values, right? So we're assuming the users will give us some value, and then we want to check if that value is between 1 and 10, I guess, right? So we're like def while validate user input, and everything happens in the function. We do not need data from the outside. So here we say that we're going to use some lot number, and we set its initial value to -1, and then we ask for user input. Let me see here. What did I do here? Okay, so we say while lot number not equal to 0, right? So in this very simple example, we're assuming that if the user types 0, then that's it. They don't want to play this anymore, right? This validation thing. So we're like, okay, do something while not 0. And in this case, we're like, well, we're gonna ask the user for a number. So we'll say input, enter number from 1 to 10, or 0 to exit. And then we have to remember that we want to convert this one to a number. So at this point, we're assuming the users will always send us a number. they're not going to send us like a character or a character like a parentheses or percentage sign. Like our users are perfect. They're going to send us a number from 1 through 10 or 0, right? So for this simple example. So we're like, okay, so the user gave me a number, and let me see here. Well, number number not equal to 0. Okay, let's tackle that piece first, right? So we're like, okay, we get a number, and that's it. That's all this program will do. Like we're gonna check it. Like if we run this program and the user types a number from 1 to 10, will it keep on running? Like it's just gonna ask the user, like, enter a number from 1 to 10, enter a number from 1 to 10. But if we enter 0, then the program should stop, right? So maybe here we say exiting or something. That way we know, like, and notice this is outside the loop, right? So if we want it to be part of the loop, it has to have that indentation. But I want this statement to execute after the loop finishes so that I can see, oh, exiting. Okay, so let's go to main. And maybe I should commit. Okay, let me make a commit here. So for now, let me eliminate this piece. I'll bring it back. So yes. Okay, that way they're going as 2 separate commits. Okay, so we have that piece here. So I bring the code back. Now I can go to main, and I can remove this here, and then I can say while validate user input. Again, we do not send any values in here with no function arguments. And let's see, okay, so enter number from 1 to 10, right? So 1, 10, but if we enter 100, like it still works, right? But that's not really what we want. But for now, we're like, well, will it stop if I do 0? Right? So yeah, like if I do 0, it stops, and that's what I want, right? Like as long as it's not 0, then keep on. But now what we want to do is we want to make sure that when they give us a value, the value is, oops, where's the code? In the range 1 to 10, including 1 and 10. So we're like, okay, so how do we handle that, right? So we have, well, lot number not equal 0. Okay, so while lot number not equal 0, program. So we go here, and now we're like, okay, so let's enter 1. It should not exit, right? If it exits, then we got something wrong. So you enter 1. Okay, let's enter 10. You enter 10. Okay, let's enter 0. You enter 0. Okay, so we're good. Okay, so the issue here is enter 0. Okay. So now, like, if they enter a valid number, then we want to display something. So maybe here we say, like, if lot, I didn't want to do a double check, lot number not equal 0, then that means we have, hopefully, no, that's not good. Okay, let's still do it. So if lot number not equal 0, then print, oh, you see, we got to do this check too. So maybe we shouldn't be so greedy, and we go here and then here we say while, and then we move that in here. While, oops, let me remove the n. So we're just breaking it down into 2 steps. So while lot number greater than 1 or lot number less than equal to 10, valid number entered, right? Okay, so then I guess we'll still print this one. No, we don't need this one. We don't need it. Okay, so now let's see what happens. So if we do not enter a 0, then we prompt them for a number. And if we enter a number from 1 to 10, we just tell them, hey, valid number entered, okay? So let's see if that's the case. So we go here, and we're like 5. And valid number entered, okay? So infinite loop. So let me go here, which is okay. We got an infinite loop. So then we go here, and we're saying, oh, so if they enter a valid number, then maybe that's okay, because 1 through 10, it's okay, like they entered a valid number, but we only want to smack them on the hand if they do not enter a number from 1 to 10. So maybe here we have to go opposite, right? We say not, right? So not. So enter, valid number entered is not valid. Oops. Sorry, I'm thinking C++, maybe it's not. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so valid number entered is not valid, and then we ask them again to enter a number. And as long as they enter an incorrect number, we're going to keep them in this loop. Once they enter a number that's valid, then and we should be okay, right? So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so let's run it. So we go here. I was just trying to think of all the scenarios in my head. Enter number from 1 to 10. Okay, 5. Okay, enter 1 or 10 to exit. 6. Okay, enter 1 to 10 or 0 to exit. Let me do 15. Enter number from 1 to 10 to exit. So it's not doing what we want it to do, right? So let's go here, and we're like, hey, wait a minute, like this piece never appeared, right? Like valid number entered is not valid. So if we enter 5, is 5 greater than equal to 1? Oh, wait a minute. Is this supposed to be or? If lot number greater or equal to 1, is 5 greater or equal to 1? True. Is 5 less than or equal to 10? True. So both are true. Okay. Is 0 greater or equal to 1? False. Is 0 less than or equal to 10? True. But true and false with n is false. So then it should be correct this way. Sorry. So let's see. And we go here, clear. And let's run it again. Enter number from 1 to 10, 5. Enter number from 1 to 10, 11. Invalid number enter. Number enter is not valid. My grammar is incorrect, right?
Yes.
So then we're like saying, okay, enter number from 1 to 10, 1. Okay, good. Maybe I need to change the text in here so we don't get confused, right? So let me type here, number entered is not valid, and then please try again or something. That way we can see, is it really working, right? Please enter, right? So please enter a number from 1 to 10. And then we're like, okay, so let's do it again. So we go here and come here and then go here. Okay, so enter number from 1 to 10, 15. Number entered is not valid. Please enter number from 1 to 10 or 0 to exit. Okay, let's do 5. Okay, enter number from 1 to 10, right? So good. Now let me do 0, right? So 0. Number entered is not valid, right? So it's staying in the loop. So I gotta go here, and so it's staying in here. So we still gotta do something here. So maybe what do we do? We still gotta do the check for 0 here, right? If lot number equals 0. Because 0 should exit our loop, but the problem is like we are in this loop, right? So then in here, we still gotta say and lot number not equal 0. Because when I entered 0, it still like thought it was okay to go back into the loop, right? But that's not what we want. We're like, hey, like if I enter 0, then exit this loop and like exit, and then it'll come over here, and this is 0, so then the program won't run, right? So let's see. Okay, clear. Okay, so enter number from 1 to 10. Let's do a good number, 5. Enter number from 1 to 10, 15. Enter number from 1 to 10. Here is where like it didn't work. So let's see what happens if we do 0. 0 to exit. It exited, right? Yeah, so we go here, and so we don't need the second loop, right? I mean, we can just like still be, I think we had the wrong logic initially. It shouldn't, like if we just do this here, then it should be okay, right? And let's run it. We just combine it all, and I think my thinking is we didn't really need the other piece, right? So enter number from 1 to 10. Let's enter a valid number, 6. Exiting. So no, it didn't work. So we do need to break it down. No, we don't need this one. Okay. See, even like the logic gets me. So let's see. Oh, it exited. Okay, so we did need to break it down. So Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. I do have it broken down in the previous example, so I guess I was being stubborn right now, but this would be the best scenario for this piece, right? And then maybe here we say like enter 0. I think we'll leave it at this, right? So let me run it again just to make sure it's okay. So we go here and let's enter a valid number 5. Let's enter an invalid number 11. Okay, let's enter a good number, 5. Let's enter 0 to exit, 0. Okay. So for some of the assignments, like I ask you to check valid date range, right? I mean, number range. So you can use this as a guide, like to do that. One more thing here. What if we want to check for invalid numbers, not numbers in the range, but invalid numbers, like they send in like a backslash. Okay, so let's do that. Let me clear here. And let's run the program right now and see how it handles like a backslash. We're like, okay, so what if I send the backslash? Right, my program crashes because I'm expecting numbers, but the users didn't send me a number. They send me something else, right? So then we're like, oh, so we gotta somehow check before we try to convert it to a number. We have to check if the lot number is a valid number. So luckily we don't have to write code for that. There's a function in Python that allows us to check that. So here we're like, okay, I can't convert to a number. First, I gotta get input from the user, and then I need to check. I need to say if lot number, I'll fix that, is numeric. Typo here. So if it's a number, meaning I sent a number, then do something, right? So maybe that something is to convert it. Convert it to an integer, right? Because by now I'm like, oh yeah, they send me a good number. So I'm like, lot number equals converted to a number. So this converts it to an integer. Lot number is a valid number converted to int, or that's a whole number, right? Whole number type. Now the question is, what do we do with this piece, right? What do we do with this piece? So we have to add some logic here. So maybe we go here. And then we're like, okay, so what do we do here? We say if lot number not equal 0, then meaning they don't want to exit, then we don't need this piece anymore. And then we validate, right? So we're like, okay, maybe we can validate now. Okay, so we validate, and let me see here, enter number, while lot number not equal 0, number must be in the range. Okay, so we check, right? So we check the range, so number not valid. Maybe we don't need this here, right? So we say number not in range, please try again. But if it's a valid number, else, right? So then we say, or actually not, if they want to exit, we say program will exit. And over here, we say print valid number entered, and then we can display them the number, right? So we have to add some more logic, right? So let's see what happens. I enter 0, enter number from 1 to 10 or 0 to exit. I enter 0. Is 0 numeric? True. Okay, convert 0 to an integer. Can 0 be an integer? Yes, it's part of the whole number system, right? Okay, if number not equal 0, do this piece. But in my case, number is 0, so then it should do this piece. I'll still leave exit in there. Let me put a space here so it can be more readable. If number is 5, it'll go in here, and is 5 greater than equal to 1? True. Is 5 less than equal to 10? True. So we don't want to ask them for input again because we already have a valid number, right? So let me run this program. It's gonna like ask them for a number again. The user's gonna be like, hey, wait a minute, like I gave you a good number. So we go here and let's see, enter 5. Okay. So run test. Enter 5. If lot number is numeric. Why didn't it convert it to 5? Let me see here. Oh, I think, do I need an import? Oh, it's no spaces here. It's all like 1. So let's try it again. I was like, wait a minute. Clear. We go here. Okay, 5. Valid number. So see, like, did it work? Valid number entered. Oh, okay. So let me do 11. 11. Number not in range. Okay, good. It's working. Please enter number from 1 to 10 or 0 to exit. I'm going to do 6. Valid number entered. Okay, let me do -5. Enter number 1 to 10 or 0 to exit. 0. Program will exit. Okay, let me go here and run it again. So enter number 0. They should exit. Exit. Okay, let me enter number 10. Should be okay. Valid number enter 10. Enter number from 1 to 10. 3. Valid number entered. Okay, so 0. Exit. Okay, so it works. I didn't think it was going to work, but it worked because I did my logic wrong. Questions here? Like, none of the homeworks you get will ask you like to go this deep into validation. Like usually I just say like assume the user gives you good data, right? That way like your functions don't have, your code doesn't have to be that complicated. But there's nothing stopping you from like still saying, well, I want to check if it's a number first, and then if it's a number, then I want to do that. So then you can follow this guide. Questions here?
Then we try if the user type in a letter.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. So let me go here and clear. And let's see, we go here, /, enter number from 1 to 10. Oh, let's see here what happened. If lot number is numeric. Oh, so if number, we have to, if number is numeric, do this. But if it's not numeric, let's see, then we need another else branch here, and then we need to display a message for them. Invalid, or number is, value is not a number. Value is not a number. Please try again. So then it'll come up here and it'll ask him to enter a number, right? So let's see. Main, go here. Control C, let me run it again. I haven't stopped it, so run it. And /. Value is not a number. Please try again. So then we ask him for a number again. What if we do like a letter, right? Like P. Value is not a number. Please try again. And if we do like a %, then what if we do number 5, we should be okay. And if we do 0, then we should exit, right? So finally got it correct. Questions here? I remember the last time I tried to combine the logic, but it was better to break it down for lesson learned, right? Keep it simple. Questions? So let me commit this. I'll say while data validation. Oh, excuse me. Let me make sure I push it. Okay, so that was data validation. So now let's look at a different example. Maybe a nested loop. What time is it? Yeah, we have time. Okay, so what is a nested loop, right? So a loop starts and then another loop starts within that loop, right? So that's what we're doing here. Like we have a loop and then we have another loop, right? So for this case, like we're controlling like with a Boolean expression. But say we want to do like the multiplication table.